¿Qué pasa, mi gente? Hello, hello. Another beautiful day here at Hoy en Día TV. I am your host, Yessie Rodriguez. Hey, we are live, we're well, we're kicking, and we are blessed. So thank you for tuning in to another episode of Hoy en Día TV. I have my co-host, Manny, joining us. Manny, welcome.
Bendiciones, bendiciones, mi gente. ¿Cómo estamos? How's everybody doing out there?
Bendiciones. Hermano, ¿cómo tú
Sí.
estás?
Bien, cansado, pero bien, bien.
Yeah,
Alegre
okay.
de estar vivo y tú sabes.
Ya, estamos aquí con Dios y
Sí.
con la familia, haciendo de todo
¿Y
un
tú?
poco.
¿Y tú cómo te sientes?
Gracias a Dios estoy muy bien. Thanks be to God, I'm good. Healthy,
Good.
alive, well, kicking, pushing. I can move, I can breathe, you know.
Yes.
I can't
Yes.
complain. You know, no me puedo quejar.
Yes. But,
Oh, perdí el audio. I lost your audio. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. So while Manny gets his audio back in order, I'm gonna remove you, Manny, from the scene so you can get your audio because I don't know what's going on. All right. So while Manny gets his audio situation in order, I mean, hey, it happens, right? This is what happens when you're doing great positive things. Negativity tries to come in, but guess what? Nope. Devil, we rebuke you. Vete pa' allá. Vete pa' allá, vete pa' allá, because we ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that. No negativity. But nevertheless, let me check and see. I'm gonna bring him back on and see if he has his audio situation. Manny.
can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Perfecto. Yes.
Hey, I'm back. Hi, everybody. I'm back.
See what happens? I rebuked the evilness, and I was like,
Yes.
"Vete pa' allá, vete
That's
pa'
what
allá,"
happened.
and look,
Yes.
the audio
Yes.
came back because
Mhm.
the enemy knows we're going to be talking about some deep stuff today,
Exactly. Exactly.
and they don't want that.
Exactly.
Guess what?
We have a special guest today.
We
Definitely
do.
have a special guest.
We do. And talking about that, a lot has happened this week alone, and it's only
Mhm.
Thursday, right? To start, what about them apples with the presidential election?
So transparency, I didn't vote. Because I don't when Trump was in office the first time, I just felt like he ran the government like a business because
Okay,
in essence he is a businessman and
true.
he is a shrewd businessman. So that's how he ran the presidency. Granted, he was all for. Um, he had good points, and then in my job we got some overtime, and that's cool and everything. But like that wall that he was building, that was just ridiculous.
Right.
So I don't want to say I don't like Trump because you're not supposed to not like, somebody, just their character. But I just feel like um, it doesn't matter who you put in the office, the government is going to do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So regardless if Camilla or however you say her name, I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah.
Or Trump,
Yeah.
um, the government's going to do what they want to do. And most of the time, it's not for the people. They say
Right.
they're going to do something for the people, and they don't. You know, um, I was going to say something else, and it just went away. But anyway, the government's going to be the government no matter what. So I just felt like um, I don't want to say what's the point, but that's how I felt. Like what is the point?
I
Because
respect that.
the first time that Trump ran,
Mhm.
they had a scandal where he was cheating on votes. So that goes to show you that it's part of it is rigged. There was news broadcast that people were um, setting the ballot boxes on fire. So it's just it.
And this was the first time that he
No,
ran for
this was
president, right?
this was this time. I heard it. I
This was
seen it
this time.
somewhere that they burned the ballot box with a bunch of votes in it. So it's like we're supposed to be trying to do this all together. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's just separated. Like, I just feel like it's Bloods and Crips, but for the government. You know what I'm saying? Because like we were talking about, I think we were talking about it the other day, that the Democrats are blue and the Republicans are white. I mean, not white, red. And
Yeah, red
and
and blue.
right, red and blue. So it's like it's a game. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you got to pick a side. Why? We're all here. We're all in this together. You know what I'm saying? Why
Mhm.
can't we just? I don't know. Like
No, I
just
got you.
bring Mad Max era, so I can get me a cool car and live, on my own out there doing, my little thing. You know what I'm saying? Just don't bother me.
Looks like Bonita was laughing
Yeah,
at you for
yeah.
saying color
Hey,
thing.
Mama. Miss Monroe. She's actually going to be another one of our guests. I haven't put her on the
Ooh.
schedule yet, but she is a music artist. So we'll talk about that another time because we
Yeah.
have a very special guest today.
Yes, we do. But let's
Yes.
get back to this whole election voting situation. So what I want people to understand is I get that a lot of people are really passionate about going every 4 years to vote.
All right.
But every 2 years, we also have other opportunities to vote interimly for the House of Representatives, Senate offices, et cetera, because those are all important. And voting for your governor for whatever state you're in. So every interim, every 2 years, in addition to 4 years, you also have an opportunity to vote the right people that are going to represent Senate office, House of Representatives, governor, senator, et cetera. Right. And so thinking about that, just whenever y'all have a chance, if you are not already familiar, like what is the role of the House of Representative? What is the role of the senator? What is the role of the governor? Look into that because a lot of what happens is when they're deliberating in these congressional meetings, if you will, a lot of those are represented by each state, meaning senators, House of Representatives, governors, et cetera, right? And so a lot of them, they talk and they agree or disagree or what have you. And for the most part, yeah, the president has the final say, but a lot of what passes through bills and stuff comes from what is discussed amongst the states.
Right. Right.
And so if you're not voting the right people amongst your state in the
Mm-hmm.
right positions, then we're going to continue to have what we have. So just think about that, food for thought, about voting the right people locally in your state, which will also affect the presidential situation as well. So
Right.
just food for thought there. Um, on another note, holiday season is amongst us, right? We have Thanksgiving quickly approaching, and we also have
Yeah.
Christmas quickly approaching. We also have New Year. Like that. All these holidays.
Quickly approaching, yeah. Like it's crazy. Like this year has gone by so fast.
It is.
It's
It's
amazing.
like snap. Ya estamos
Yes.
aquí.
Yes.
Crazy.
I need to
It's
take my turkey out. It's frozen.
well, it's a little too early, brother. Come on now, a little too
Well,
early.
I mean, I'm
Maybe
gonna.
like the day before, so you can marinate it and like
Yeah,
season it up
that's what
with
I'm gonna
adobo,
do.
sazon, sofrito,
Yeah, that's
But
exactly
not
what I'm
not
doing.
not now, because that means by the time you cook it, you know.
What's the seventh? I mean, yeah, that is true. I might
I
do
mean,
it next week.
we have 3 weeks. We're 3 weeks out of Thanksgiving, so you have a,
Ah, all right.
but it's still too early. I do not encourage you to take out the turkey now. So please, individuals, please don't.
All right. Don't take them out too
It
early.
might be a little too early. We want you to get food poisoning now from the turkey. No.
True. That is true.
Nevertheless, so my point of bringing that up as well is that just starting this past Monday in Raleigh, North Carolina, there was a series of shootings.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 people have been taken into custody today following an investigation into a dozen shootings on or around the Interstate 40 area in Raleigh. And
Wow.
so some of those locations affected. So Monday alone, I-40 near Carytown Boulevard, vehicles was struck, one person injured. In addition to near Buck Jones Road, vehicles was struck. Luckily, there was no injuries with that shooting. Wednesday. So they skipped Tuesday and then they went to Wednesday. Wednesday, they were going crazy because I'm looking at this. And this is according to ABC 11, which is a news station here in North Carolina as well. So 2400 block of the Centennial Ridge Way residences were struck, but there were no injuries. Then they went over to the block of Shire Lane, no injuries. Trinity Road, no injuries. So they're just like shooting just to shoot, which is weird.
Right.
Yeah, so more to come on that. I'm definitely going to, when I get more information, because right now it's still fresh. We're taken into custody earlier today. So, but just, I say this to say, be careful. It's the holiday season. Watch your surroundings. Watch where you're at, especially if you're traveling with children or elderly or individuals who need help. You know, they move a little slower, etc. Please, please, please be mindful. Carry pepper spray if you need to. If you have a permit to carry a conceal a weapon, protect yourself. Protect you and your family because it's getting crazy out here.
I agree. I think those were some copycat DC snipers. They're just a different area. But I agree with you. Like, we definitely need to protect ourselves these days because it's just, there's so much tension in the world now. You know, everybody has picked a side, you know, and it's like, if you don't pick a side, you're an outcast. Right. And it's like, if you're on the wrong side, you're an outcast. And it's like, there's so much hatred and negativity that's going on right now, and envy. And that makes people not think logically. They think with their emotions, and you know, that's when people get hurt. It's sad. Yeah. It's very sad. Definitely really very sad.
So, mi gente que están viendo, durante esta etapa que estamos entrando para la Acción de Gracia, las Navidades, Año Nuevo, protégete a ti, protégete a la familia y cógelo con calma. Porque yo sé que muchas cosas están pasando en el mundo, hay mucha negatividad. Y sigue orando, keep praying. God has us covered and protected. Papito Dios te tiene cubierto y nada te va a pasar. Nada te va a pasar. All right. Good news, Manny. We made it to iHeartRadio, woo, and Pandora. Woo.
I'm excited. Like, that made my day when you told me that. I was like, yes, iHeartRadio. That's a big thing. Like, I was trying to get on iHeartRadio with my book, and just, you know, to promote, and like, I knew that I was going to get on iHeartRadio in some shape, form, or fashion. And look, we're on iHeartRadio now. So if you would like to stream and watch old episodes, they're on iHeartRadio and Pandora as well. So are we video on iHeartRadio or just audio?
Just the podcast portion. Mm-hmm. Anyone who does want to watch any past episodes of Hoy en Día, they're welcome to see those on YouTube as well. So if you want to see our faces, YouTube,
on Facebook and Instagram as well.
You're right. Yep. Mm-hmm. Exactly. You got it. So now we're going to transition over to our special guest.
Yes.
So do you want to introduce her? Or would you like me to introduce her?
You can introduce her if you want.
Okay, because I remember last time you know my intro with Brent, you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat you." Remember that?
Yeah, I did. I'm gonna let you do it though because I'm excited.
You said you're excited.
Yeah. So it's like I'll let you do it. It's okay. I'll get the next one.
I'm really shocked because usually you're like ready to roll. Okay. Well, hey, without further ado. On this episode today, here and now, our guest is known as everyone's favorite auntie. And before I say her name, she's also known as Miss Thrifty Rose, who was a multi-talented fashion enthusiast with a unique approach to the style. She brings a fresh perspective to fashion, redefining trends in her own distinctive way. And so right now, we're going to introduce you to Miss Elise Rose. Welcome to Hoy en Día TV.
Mommy, bendiciones. That was really good. I'm glad I gave it to you because that was really good.
Well, thank you.
That gave me goosebumps. I was like, if I didn't already know this woman, I was like, oh, I'm excited.
Hey. Well, bienvenida, welcome. We're excited to have you on Hoy en Día TV.
Yes, Auntie is outside but inside still. So, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Is my video lagging a little bit? I feel like it is.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Okay, we'll work through it. We'll work through it.
Manny, did we lose your audio again, sir? Now you sound like a chipmunk. Alvin and the Chipmunks. Alvin! Oh, yes, now you're good.
I can hear you. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Miss Elise, welcome. Tell us who Miss Elise Rose is, because I am curious to know, especially about the fashion and thrifty and all this. Yes, what is this all about?
Yes. Well, my name is Elise. I'm based here in Jacksonville. I'm born and raised here, and I absolutely love and adore my city. I really do. I started my journey as a thrift reseller doing live sales. So I would jump on live every day, and I built a community of women, and we would just shop and have fun. We would ship all over the United States. Not to say I got bored of it, but I started missing human interaction. So I started doing more pop-ups, more fashion shows, more networking, all the things that I'm used to doing, but just doing it with thrifting as front of mind. Through doing that, everyone would see me outside all the time. They're like, Auntie, you're outside again. I'm like, yes, very intentional, very cutesy, very outside again. So it became a brand, and Auntie Outside is all about providing the community with the resources to find all of the hot spots for chicken and chairs, as I like to say. As you get older, when you go out to the club, you want to have a place to sit and something to eat. We don't want to stand up and fight and all of this mess. We want to be cute, down, want to have a good time. So that's what I'm all about.
That is amazing. That is definitely amazing. So I met this young lady at a fashion show, and I walked for her. And when she told me how she was putting together the outfits, I was like, that is definitely creative. And she definitely came up with a great outfit. So my hat's off to her. I didn't know that you were a thrift reseller thing. What you said, yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that was a thing.
That is
I keep
cool.
clients that come to me and they can do live shops with me in person. We call it sipping shops. I also do personal styling where they can get on Zoom with me and I can help pick out some outfits and I ship it to their home. So we have a good time.
That's amazing.
Well, a gazillion questions popped up in my head, so we're about to do that transition of the yesy questions. So,
the yesy questions.
I like to peel the onion and start from the beginning to get to know how this all started. So, when you were growing up, did you see or were you influenced by someone in your family that really motivated you to get into fashion? And if not, how exactly did you become acquainted or familiar, or even, in the fashion industry? How did you begin?
Well, this came about maybe my son is 11, so I'm going to say 10 years ago. After my divorce, I just had a hard time finding out who I was again. I got married extremely young, got married the day after I graduated high school. Crazy, I know. So I was rediscovering who I was separate from being a mom. And the last maybe 5 or 6 years, just going out authentically, wearing what I wanted to wear. My favorite thing to leave at home is other people's opinions about me. So that's never put on me. It's never taken outside of the doors. I go out as authentically as I can to people. And through that, people are like, oh my goodness, I love your outfit. I love your outfit. Where do you shop? And I would tell them because I want you all to be as confident as I am. Okay. I'm not like this all the time. I didn't get this way overnight. So if I can help you walk that walk, I'm willing to help you. So I also call myself a confidence curator because I'm able to curate that in women who may not see it in themselves to bring it out of them. Because we all have it, just have to unlock it.
Okay, good. So why fashion? So I get that you were transitioning, you were trying to find yourself, but out of all the things that you could have done, why exactly fashion? Like what really was that magnet piece that said, yes, this is what I'm going to focus on versus doing anything else?
It's the ultimate business card you have for yourself. It's the ultimate way to brand yourself and who you are. I got into glasses. I have over 100 pairs of glasses. I put those on. It's all a part of me branding myself into who I want to be. So with fashion, a lot of people think, oh, I can't wear that. I can't wear this. You can wear whatever they make in your size, or you can make it in your size yourself.
Mhm.
We just have a body. It's up to us to clothe it the way we want to. That's our artistic freedom.
Right.
So my brand is about empowering plus size women, yes, but there are some things in the thrift that I just can't pass up.
Mhm.
So I'll get those as well. So I cater and I have something for everybody in everybody. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Right.
So, from a quality standpoint, because being a thrifter, sometimes some of the garments have been, passed down and passed down. Like how, when you shop and really look for items, what is it that you're really looking for from a quality perspective?
Made in the USA. Anything made in the USA is
Ah,
99.9% vintage. We do not make any of our own clothing and garments anymore.
right.
As I'm walking the aisles and walking the racks, I literally put my hand out and I can feel the texture. I can feel, okay, this is vintage, this is not, by the material. The thicker material, then you look at the tag, you're like, yep, that's why it feels that way. So we don't really make our own things anymore. So made in the USA is definitely what I search for as a sign for vintage. Um, I'm gonna give y'all my secret. I don't give everybody my secret, but since it's just the three of us, I
Right.
use
Right.
Google Image. You take a picture of it if you're unsure, and do a Google search and see what comes up to help you research quickly in the thrift store to decide if it's worth the money or not. So,
Right.
but don't
That's
tell
cool.
anybody, guys. It stays between
Right.
us.
Okay. Okay. I won't say no about it. You got superpowers. Like
You know, the whole world's going to
I
hear
do.
now,
I
but
do.
you put your hands on the clothes and feel them. Like that's a superpower.
that
I
is a
Yeah.
superpower. That's impressive.
When you think about it, whenever you go shopping again, feel how just papery the clothes feel, and just feel the clothes next time, and go to your closet and find your oldest item and feel that material, and you'll be like, oh, makes sense.
So,
got you.
from getting those garments, do you redesign them or do you leave them as is for the client?
I don't. I leave them as is. I love my clients that will come cut 7 items up and turn it into one or whatever they want to do. I leave them
Mhm.
that artistic freedom to do that. I just kind of help them from getting overwhelmed in the thrift store and curate a selection down for them so they're able to shop more freely.
Okay. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, one of my flagships is a fill a bag special. I do a lot of pop ups in the city. Fill a bag is whatever you can fit in this bag for $40. So get a whole wardrobe, get some gifts for other people. Whatever you can fit in this bag is gonna be $40 and it's yours. So yeah, that's something I do at a lot of events. If you catch me out in the streets outside.
That's amazing. So I know a lot of from a thrift store, a lot of donations that the times I have gone to the thrift store, they're not always clean. Do you wash the clothes or do you leave that to the client to wash the clothes selected? How does that process work?
We do. A lot of the items they are dry cleaned, just depending on what it is. Some stuff will get thrown in the washing machine or the laundromat. It all depends on the item and what it is. But we do sanitize everything. We have fabric. I say we. As small business owners, we think we got a whole team, and it's really just us.
Right.
I sanitize and pack everything before I send it out as well. So it's coming to the client clean and ready to wear. But a lot of the clients they wash it anyway. So we fully recommend that as thrift resellers, as the community that we have here.
Right.
That's
That's
great.
good.
For individuals that are interested in seeking your services, like how does that process work? Is there like a video chat, like how we're, on video now and talking to each other? Is it a phone call? Is it just pictures, text messaging? How does that process work?
They can always message me on any of my social media platforms and ask, and we can get something scheduled, whatever works best for them. But I'm getting back into live sales. I haven't really done a full on live sale since last year, which is
Mhm.
crazy to think that I let a whole year get away from me. But the live sales are like, this is the item number. If you like it, I tell you about it. You put the claim word and it gets shipped to your doorstep. So a lot of clients join my live sales. They'll tell me what they're looking for, and I can pull those items from the rack as I'm going. So that's a way to shop. A lot of clients will call me if they're local. They're like, "Hey, can I stop by and do a home shop?" Or when is my next pop up, and they'll shop that way.
Right.
Awesome. Okay, great. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a quick break, not too long, to see one of our sponsor videos. And then Manny, I'll turn it to you because I'm sure you have some questions you want to ask. So we'll be right back.
Sponsored by Collective Wear.
Yep, told you. Quick. And for those who want to promote on Oyendia, we do have sponsorship packages. So just hit us up. I'm going to put the email right now here. So you can see it, oyendiatv@gmail.com, or you can reach out to me via Facebook, IG, or Manny via Facebook, IG. Either way, you're going to find us. And again, these platforms are worldwide. So as a reminder, we are on iHeartRadio, Pandora, Samsung Music, Spotify, what is it? Deezer, RSS, YouTube, IG, Facebook, worldwide. So your marketing and promotion that you're going to be doing here is going to be worldwide. So just food for thought. Come on, sponsors. All right. Manny, I'm turning it over to you for the questions because if you leave it up to me, I'm going to keep asking and asking and asking.
So I've shopped at thrift stores before, and I usually shop. I usually go for my work clothes, but then find something really interesting. So I understand the thrift world, but why the thrift stores as opposed to the general regular stores? Is it
Well, for a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, for a lot of people, not just plus size, everybody wants to stand out. I don't want to go out and see 6 people in the same dress because we all ordered from the same Amazon ad that popped up. So it gives people a chance to be one of one. We call it uniforms in our thrift circle. We're like, if you find the same item twice, you found a unicorn, because how rare is that you will find the same item, much less in the same region or same city or same thrift store. So we definitely try to make sure it's a way to stand out. That's the best way to put it.
Okay. So do you have thrift stores in particular that you go to, or do you because I know you can't go to all the stores in Jacksonville. You might, I don't know, but that's a lot of thrift stores in Jacksonville. I don't. So
There are a lot.
Yes, there is a lot.
There are a lot, but I have a couple that I like, a couple that I will visit more than others. I have some connections. So they'll text me and say, hey, we got a shipment in we want you to look at first. And I'm like, okay, I'm on the way. I also get donations from previous clients. Some of my clothes, and I'll give them a discount, and then they'll get away with new clothes. So it's so many options in the thrift reselling world. But yeah, I go a little bit of everywhere. If I'm out of town, I'm definitely stopping at a thrift store.
Right. Yeah, I usually go to what's it called? Hope's Closet. That's the one.
Love Hope's Closet.
Yeah, I don't really like going to Goodwill, man. They're too commercial for me,
I have my issues with Goodwill, but at the end of the day, whether it's 2 jobs or a few, they are providing jobs for people. So I give them a little bit of grace, not a lot.
That is
but a little bit. Just a little bit, not a lot though.
So what else do you have going on? Because I know you have the spoken word. What are you doing with that specifically?
That sounds interesting.
Spoken Word is in Jacksonville, Florida. It's a local comedy, poetry, improv. It's one more thing. I can't remember. They're going to kill me. But comedy, poetry, improv, all on one stage. And singing and dancing, all on one stage. It is 420 friendly. It is the most beautiful night of the week. It's every Monday night. It is great vibes, great people, and I do content for them. So make sure if you're out there, follow the Smoking Word. That's SMKNWORD 904 page, because I do a lot of the content on there. So it's another way I'm out and about in the community.
All right. Yeah, Auntie's always outside. Like every time I open Facebook and I see your stuff, I'm like, Auntie's always outside.
I am, but I will tell you, I tell anybody this. Don't think you can just walk up on me at an event and pop up like, hey, I'm here, surprise. I might just be home in my bed.
Right.
I might be posting last week's content this week. I might only stay 2 minutes and now I'm back home. I definitely like to make sure that I am vetting events that I'm attending and things that I'm going to, because you only get one name, you only get one brand. So I
Right.
don't want to put anything under my brand or support anything that's against who I am at my core, because that's what
Right.
I have to sleep at night. So
Right.
I'm not going to put you in harm's way to invite you out to this event if I don't believe it in myself. So people know, and I built that brand, that anything I'm posting or sharing is something that I really believe in.
Hmm. And who's hosting that? Is it 10K Productions
What?
or
Smoking Word?
Spoken Word? Yeah.
Smoking Word is hosted by Biz Levin and the Vibe Dealers.
Okay. Okay.
Um, every Monday night at Atlantis, it is $10 before 10 p.m. Shameless plug for them. But again, I just love that it's always something that you can stop by and just see.
Hmm.
I have a good friend. Her name is Surreal. That's her artist name. And she
Hmm.
sung a song in English and Spanish last week. And
Oh
I was
wow.
like, friend, I didn't know you could do that. What are we doing? What are we doing? So you just never know what you're going to get. It's a different show every week with a live band and great vibes for sure.
Right. Yeah, I've been to a couple of, not that specific show, but I've been to a couple of like shows like that, and it's always a good vibe. Like there's no,
Yeah.
even though there's they're smoking, and I'm not against it because I used to smoke, but I can't smoke now. But there's no violence. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's just there to vibe out and have a good time, and I
Mhm.
enjoy.
They're more peaceful. They're absolutely
Right.
peaceful for sure. Which is why we all should have got out and vote for yes on 3 and 4. But we're not here for that.
Yeah. So what's your take on since we're talking about it now? Like, what's your take on what happened? How
Manny,
you
I
feel?
love you, but I want to come through the computer and shake you. I don't care if it's the dog catcher, the fly swatter. You have to get out and vote, whether you think it counts or not. There was so many things on the ballot that were so impactful to everybody. Women's rights were on the ballot. I mean, God forbid, or God, place a baby in me that I'm not ready to care for.
Hmm.
I would need to do things that I don't have access to do. I don't have a choice. So I have to
Right.
bring a baby into foster care, or, it's just not fair. So there's so many things that we have to always get out and vote if we're able to, because so many are not able to. A lot of people saw the weed as just, oh, they can just smoke, but it's also about removing that felony for having it. So next time, get out and vote, please. I
All
don't
right.
care if you leave the stuff you don't like, just get out and vote.
No,
Now, Manny, I will say this.
uh,
There was a section to nominate somebody for president. So, hey, if you know somebody, nominate somebody.
Yeah,
Yourself,
or leave it blank. I mean,
niece,
hey,
me, whoever, nominate somebody. You don't necessarily have to vote for those. And
true.
that's just for anybody, not just for Manny, but anybody. If you don't go for blue or red, it's fine. You can nominate somebody. Somebody I heard the other day somebody nominated Kanye West and he wasn't even on the ballot. So
absolutely, you can write something in. I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat, but just make sure your voice is heard on what's important to you.
Yeah.
So I got
I
out and voted. Hey, it didn't go my way, but
all right.
we will see what the next 4 years hold, and just
Lord,
hopefully we
it's
can
gonna
get
be,
through them peacefully. That's all I ask. Let's get through it
yes.
peacefully.
It's definitely gonna be interesting 4 years. I tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
now, at least I will say this: Manny's not the only one that has those thoughts because I've heard a lot of people that decided not
Absolutely.
to vote because they felt like their vote didn't count, and this stemmed from past experiences that they've dealt with. Back in not this last term, but the term before that, I actually had difficulties voting. They had me traveling to like 4 different locations and making up
Mhm.
excuses. Luckily, I was one of those that I was eager to vote, but somebody else would have been
Yeah.
discouraged. Like literally driving for up to 3 hours just to get to different locations. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is where the work begins now with getting voters registered. I mean, I can't tell you the last time I voted on election day. I don't like it. I like to go wherever I'm closest to at that moment prior to, and just get my vote out the way and get that over and done with. So I don't have to worry about my polling location and this and that. Vote early.
Right.
Mhm.
Right now, the Senate, I believe, is red. If the House turns red too, that's a lot.
Yeah.
The laws that one person wants to put in power have to be passed through all these different houses. And if the House is leaning
Gonna do
that way, it's a lot easier to push through. So now is
exactly.
the time for boots. It's been time for boots on the ground, but hopefully, because I believe the millennials and Gen X and Gen Z, they like, show me, let me see it, and then I believe you. Maybe this will show them, and then they
Right.
can see what's going on. So it's a learning experience for us all, but we're gonna get through this in love and unity for the
I
next year.
wish, but there's people out there that don't want love and unity. So,
Yeah.
do you think? Question: do you think Camilla's going to run again?
I'm not sure what Kamala has planned. I really, if
Oh,
she does,
Kamala.
great. If
Right.
she doesn't, great. I hope she does what's best for her mental health, because as a Black woman myself, I get tired very easily if the traffic is bad for one day. So I couldn't imagine
Right.
doing what she's been doing this long and going through it, and still having to go to work today for these next 45 days
Right.
that she has to go through. So I hope she does whatever's best for her mental health.
Right.
And we just appreciate her service for even doing it. I mean,
True.
she had
Yeah, it was
107
all of
days
a
of
sudden.
hard work, and
Right.
we honor and appreciate her for that. And as a woman, as a Black woman, as an American, I appreciate what she did. Same as I would appreciate Trump for his run and for what he did. They did it. Okay. I haven't done it. They
Right.
did it. So
Yeah, I was watching a video. I think it was on Instagram earlier, and Whoopi Goldberg was talking about it on The View. I think, yeah, The View, and she's like, regardless if she didn't win or not, like she did all this in 2 months, and I don't want to say that she lost badly, but she was running like it was probably maybe 50 points.
it was really
It was,
close. I mean, I'll be
yeah, it
honest,
was really
I
close.
saw this coming a mile away. People who
Right.
are aligned with him are aligned with him 100%. It was
Hmm.
people that aren't aligned with him that had so many options,
Right.
right? I cannot vote. I can vote for her. I can vote for somebody else. So if you add up all the people who voted just for other people, had
Hmm.
those
Mhm.
went to her, it would have been a different story.
True. That
Um,
is true.
but
That is definitely
hey,
true.
Auntie gonna continue to be outside. I'm gonna continue to curate events. We got Thriftnik coming up. That's gonna be a
Yeah.
peaceful thrift picnic of unity. So we're gonna keep pushing
Yes.
forward.
Let's talk about that. That was the other thing that I was going to talk about. Thriftnik. What is
Yeah.
What?
Thriftnik? For those
Right.
that don't know what that means.
Yes. So Thriftnik is a Thrifty Rose production. It is the intersection of a thrift picnic. Some people may have heard of ThriftCon and Comic Con and all of these conferences where they bring people together. I want Thrift Picnic to travel and be something to bring thrifters together in a park in your community to connect with other thrifters. It's going to be at Ruby Beach. I had one in October. We had
Mhm.
over 100 people come out on a Tuesday night, which was like
Wow.
major because it's the middle of the week, y'all, and y'all don't know
Right.
what this is for real. And they came out to support. We have over 20 thrift resale vendors and food vendors and sustainable places that people can shop. And we also have a clothing and gift swap. So you can bring up to 5 items out of your closet or a gift that you may have received last Christmas that you threw in the back of your closet. You can
Mhm.
bring it out, bring it to our sustainable swap area, and go home with as many items as you bring that are different. So, very excited.
That's awesome.
That is
That's
awesome.
Yeah, that's different, and it brings the community together. Like I just love it.
It
It brings
does.
it together. It it showcases something that a lot of people don't. Because I know a lot of people, they'll go to Walmart and buy their work clothes or something like that, and I'm like, yo, why not go to the thrift store? Like it's a
It's
hidden gem,
overwhelming. It's
right?
overwhelming. It's bright lights. People
Hmm.
have just a hard time thrifting has such a negative stigma.
Right,
So
right.
we're bringing it to community.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Manny, we're going to go to another sponsor break really quick. We'll be right back.
we'll be back.
Sponsored by
Author Manny Morales. Yep, we're back.
Shipping it up.
Trying to sneak a drink. I'm sorry, y'all.
Good. So the holidays are coming. Elise, do you have any specials, sales, pop-ups, anything coming up for the holidays?
My biggest one is going to be Thriftnik for sure. That's definitely going to be the first place, the best place to start off your holiday shopping.
Mhm.
I will also be helping out with Larry Love's Organic Market. It's going to be a farmer's market at PHX, which is a newer venue. It's going to be a chance for people to shop organic vendors. There's going to be an area for kids as well as the Art of Flow movie screening after. So it's going to be a great event that I have my hands in. I'm assisting on some things with that. Let's see. Santa's coming to town. I wear a lot of hats, okay? I wear a lot of hats.
Hustler, I love it.
A lot of
Every
hats. So
every
I'm bringing Black Santa and a few other things to Jacksonville yet again in a winter wonderland. More details of that soon will be released, but I'm looking to start booking for that for holiday sessions, Black Friday. So stay tuned.
That's awesome. That was
That
definitely awesome.
yeah, you do wear a lot of hats. You stay busy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Very
do.
So
cool.
I actually do have a podcast. I had to lay it to the side.
Yeah. What was it called? Auntie.
I have the Auntie Outside podcast, which includes Mark Your Calendar Monday so people could prepare for their week, which was a weekly podcast. But I just needed to get some things firmed up. I also have my newsletter that I send out in conjunction with the podcast. So I really want to make sure I'm clear for a clean launch of that into 2025. So,
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah, we're
So,
gonna have to have 2025.
oh yeah,
There's
oh yeah.
going on.
Work-life balance. How do you deal with? You're working a lot. You do a lot. So, is there any personal life? Like, what happens there?
it is. I'm also a mom of two, a single mom of two at that. So I wear a lot of hats. I balance a lot, but we all get through it together. My kids, you'll find them hanging clothes on the hangers, helping me set up at pop-up events. We have a really good balance. And because of who I am as a person, as a community builder and a connector, all of these things flow into each other. So it's not so completely different from me. If I'm helping do content here, it's the same as if I was doing it for myself. So I definitely rest. I definitely have a lot of no's. And I only do what feels right and genuine to me.
Right.
And I ask my kids for guidance sometimes too. Me and my kids have a beautiful and open relationship. They're both in middle school. So I'm like, girl, somebody asked me to do this. What y'all think? They'd be like, you need to go to sleep tonight. And I'd be like, you're right. You're right. So
Yeah, that was one of the questions I was gonna ask. Like, we're in sync today, Jesse, because I was gonna ask her because I know her kids. I've met them before. They're beautiful children.
boy child and girl child.
Yes.
That's what I call them.
That's what she calls them. Boy
Yep.
child and girl child. Yes.
Boy child and
That's
girl
what they
child.
say.
Yeah. So whenever Mr. Thrifty Rose comes along, he could take some of this stuff off my plate and we'll make this work together.
Right. Exactly.
I feel you. Teamwork. And so I'm glad you brought that up because you wearing a lot of hats, doing a lot. You still find the motivation, the encouragement to keep pushing, not only for yourself, for your family. So, what words of advice would you have for someone watching and listening who may not have that type of same encouragement or feel the way you do, and just to give them that extra nudge to push and keep pushing forward? What would you say to them?
Absolutely. I would say do it scared. Do it scared, do it unsure, do it with half of a plan, do it with a quarter of a plan. Whatever you want to do, God gave you that idea for a reason. He could have gave it to a lot of people, he gave it to you. So go forth with it. Don't let it sit because he'll pass it on to somebody else. And you'll look up and see somebody else doing what you're supposed to be doing because you slept on it.
Right.
And I would just say go authentically in every room that you go in. A lot of people remember me from places I don't remember them from. And they tell me, like, I remember what you said. I remember how you made me feel. People will always remember how they felt leaving an interaction with you. So don't forget that and lead into that for sure.
Mm-hmm. That's
Very
awesome.
nice.
That's definitely good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of single women out here that have children that have dreams and they just feel like, well, I have children, so I can't follow my dreams because I have kids. And it's like, no, that's not true because there's plenty of entrepreneurial women out there that are doing their thing,
Yeah.
being successful, and they have their children help, and they're guiding their children into a lifestyle that they can be proud of, learning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of
And God knew He was going to give you kids and the entrepreneurial spirit. He didn't think He was going to give you both and let you figure it out.
right.
It's in you. I'm speaking at PodFest, which is a podcasters conference in Orlando in January. And it's the day after my son's birthday. So I was like, son, what's up? What you thinking? He was like, well, we can go to Orlando with you and then you can speak and then, I'll be okay. I was like, that's a fair trade. We can do both.
Right.
We can make this work. So I will be at PodFest in Orlando and I hope to see y'all there, of course. But it's going to be a great event and my kids will hopefully be right there rooting me on.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, give me the info. I've never heard of Podfest, but I will
I've never
definitely
heard of
go
it.
out there and see what.
Yes, it is year 11. And
Really?
it's hundreds and thousands of podcasters. We come in Orlando for about 4 days, and it is powerful. I
Awesome.
learned
Yeah,
I learned a lot last year. Last year was my first year going. Definitely learned a lot.
definitely give me the information. I'm definitely trying to go because people need to know about Oyendia TV. Straight up.
Absolutely,
People
this
that
is
don't.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank
This is
you.
beautiful.
Yes,
I don't
her
know if you've
vision.
already, but you should definitely connect with Yaya Loves Jack. She loves
Yes.
doing things. She has the Viva La Fiesta, I believe, December
Right.
14th was the rescheduled date. So maybe you guys can do some content there or, a little live screening. I can connect y'all. That's what I do. I can connect y'all together.
Well, she was supposed to be on the show, but our schedules didn't align, so we had to kind of
We'll get
postpone
her
it
on.
to the notice.
I'll wrangle my friend. We'll get her on. Yaya,
Right.
you're up next. I'm calling you out.
Well, we're booked till April, so we're gonna have to get her in April sometime. So we're booked all the way till
Probably
April.
have.
Yes, but I was gonna say something and I forgot my brain.
Manny,
Can't
get the
remember.
outside. That's the second time que te pasado.
I don't know. We started talking about something else and it just went away.
It's all good. It happens. I know.
Oh no, yeah, that's
Um,
what I was gonna say. But Yessie's actually in North Carolina, so I'm the only one here in Jax. Yessie lives in North Carolina. She's not from Jax.
yeah.
So we're doing this all virtually and in God's hands. You know, like
Absolutely.
I always say, her vision, our execution.
I love it. That's an
Yeah.
amazing place to be.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Absolutely. I appreciate your support because with Hoy en Dia, our goal is to positively motivate, enlighten, inspire, educate, and entertain, of course, you, the
Absolutely.
listener, the viewer, with each episode. And that's
Yes.
what we're doing today. We're educating, enlightening you, inspiring, motivating you. And here we are. I mean, this is Hoy en Dia TV. So we're going to hear from one last sponsor before we transition over into last minute words. We'll be right back. Well, once I get it together here we go.
Sponsored by Divine Beauty and Accessories. Watch Hoy en Dia TV, Thursday, 7:30 p.m.
All right. What'd you say?
I said I just love our commercials.
Yeah, they're dope. We do some dope commercials. So again, you want to be on Hoy en Dia as a sponsor, hit us up. I'm going to put the email again. Reach out to us, hoyendiatv@gmail.com. Again, we're a worldwide platform. Thanks be to God. We are growing each and every day. And we have some good content, good guests. I mean, because this world is full of negativity. We want to be that beacon of light for you. So here we are. All right, let's transition over into the last minute words segment. Manny, would you like to lead us?
I can. So, as I usually say, never let the fear of failure overcome the righteousness of success. You have a successful model entrepreneur that didn't have a easy life. I still have a 9-to-5 job, and I do this, and I model, and I act, and I'm an author, and it's not easy. Some days I just want to give up. Like today, it's been humid. So I was at work, like, I was just miserable. I was like, I want to go home. But the bill collectors say that I have to stay at work. So I stayed. But it's not easy. And then you got Miss Auntie's outside, Miss Thrifty Rose. She had a hard life too. It hasn't been easy. and she's still making a way despite the fact that, she is a single mom out here in the world by herself, but she's making a way. So if you feel like you can't be successful, that's just your negativity. And you need to get out of that negative mindset and put yourself into a positive mindset. You have three people here that have been through, we've been to rock bottom and we came back. We crawled our way back because we have a purpose in this life and we're going to see it fulfilled, and God is helping us. So never give up on yourself, never give up on your dreams. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram. You could actually Google me as well because I'm Googleable. Manny Morales, author Manny Morales on Instagram and Facebook. Model page is Manny Morales 1824. Um, yeah, I got a couple movies coming up. Um, just a bunch of stuff coming up. Modeling. I'm actually going to be at WasabiCon Saturday. Um, Modeling for Anime Yofuku is a awesome designer. He has anime inspired clothing. Now it doesn't look like the anime stuff that is in the actual shows. It's regular clothes, but it's really colorful and it has different logos and stuff of the anime shows. So if you're in Jacksonville, I don't know what time I think it starts at, well, the fashion show starts at like 1, I believe. But I believe WasabiCon opens early, but it's going to be Saturday. If you're out and you're into anime, this one I think it's like more like Pokemon and stuff like that. But if you're into it, come out. Check out the fashion show. Buy something from Anime Yofuku. He has some awesome gear.
That sounds fun, Manny. WasabiCon? Okay.
Yes. Like they told me, I think it was Monday, his coordinator asked me, because I have modeled for him before. Um, a shout out to Miss Hollywood, Alicia. I don't know her last name, but her name is Alicia. She
Alicia
did the first ever. Yeah, she was on the show with the models. She did the first ever anime fashion show, and it was a success. So he loved it so much, he was going to be at WasabiCon anyway. And I guess he talked to the powers to be. They got a fashion show going, so and then there's another fashion show that Mita is putting together. It's called Sugar Rush. Yes, it's called Sugar Rush. It's in December. We'll talk about that another time though, because we got to December. I think it's December 1st, if I'm not mistaken. But it's going to be at cereal something. That cereal store. It's a like a restaurant that serves cereal.
Wow.
All right. So
It's pretty cool too.
yeah,
Okay.
but it's awesome. I can't wait. Like I ordered a prop, anime prop, and I'm sitting here and the notification said it's delivered. So it's at my door and I'm like antsy right now because I want to go check it out.
We're almost done. We're almost
Right.
going to wrap up. Manny. It's okay. It's okay. That is awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. Miss Elise, it is your turn for last minute words.
Yes.
Yes, I just want to say, shift your outlook. What's the best that could happen?
Right.
I didn't learn that until January of this year. Somebody gave me that quote and I've held on to it and it's really got me through the year. What is the best that could happen in every situation? Right. You can find me on all social media platforms under Miss Thrifty Rose. You can also find me as Auntie Outside and on Facebook as Elise Rose. I love connecting with people. So if you need me, feel free to reach out. Happy to help. And thank y'all so much for having me.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. You're definitely an interesting and intriguing woman. My hat's off to you because you wear so many hats and you still have time to socialize with your children and they know who you are. They're not like, oh, you're leaving again, mom. Like you got another show, you got another event. You include them, and that's what family is about. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that you're like that. You're just amazing. Definitely just amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. And we appreciate you being on Hoy en Dia. So thank you for making time for us as well to be on here with us.
Yes.
Anytime.
Now your turn, Yessie.
Yes, my last minute words. First, I want to give a big shout out to all the viewers, listeners. Thank you for tuning in, for being here with us each and every episode, for growing with us. This vision started back in 2018, and now we are in 2024. And we're blessed, we're growing, we're worldwide, yay, praise God, and we're continuing to grow. So if you have a business you want to promote, an interesting topic, or you just want to chat with Manny and I, send us an email where you'll be more than happy, we'll be more than happy to have you on. You just got to let us know what you want to be on. And the only disclaimer is that we are booked out until April, so it's going to be a little while, but we'll get you on. We will get you on Hoy en Dia TV. Because here, again, we aim to motivate, enlighten, inspire, educate, and entertain you with each episode. Every episode, as you notice, there's always something to learn about, always something to grow from. It's just about, like Miss Elise said, changing your mindset. And like Manny says, don't be afraid to fail, right? And so, like I always say, which I'm going to leave my quote to the end because that's usually what I say, but I'll tell you in just a moment what I usually say.
Right.
If you want to find me, I am also available on all social media platforms under Yessie Rodriguez or Yessie Rod1. You can also Google me, Yessie Rodriguez. I've come to the point in my career where I can be on Google as well. So I'm Googleable, just like Manny. But again, thank you. Shout out to all the sponsors. And again, if you want to be a sponsor for Hoy en Dia, just email us at hoyendiatv@gmail.com. Gracias, mi gente, por tu apoyo. And yeah, the sky is never the limit because the galaxies, they are endless. Until next time, my people, take care.